Hi Virgo, welcome to your January 2025 general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Virgo. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who really needs to hear this message. Guys, can you believe it's almost 2025? I mean, I feel like this year for me in particular flew by really quickly. Maybe some of you guys are like, you know, I'm ready for 2025 by 2024. But I just want to do this reading to kind of see what you guys need to prepare for in January 2025. And for this reading, I am tuning into an energy in around your psychic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now in this moment, whether you are single or taken, whether you're currently in a connection with this energy or in separation with this energy. I kind of just want to like fully lay it all out for you guys so you know what's coming in January 2025, so there's no unexpected surprises. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get your reading started. I'm first going to use my sound bowl here to clear set the energy and do a mini meditation with you guys. But if you just want to jump right on into the card pull to see what the cards have to say, check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps. For those of you who are with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times, and during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life. If there is a certain someone, start thinking about them now, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Virgo. So the first thing I saw was like little gold hoops, and to me it looked like earrings. I wonder if that's something you wear, or this person that is coming into your energy wears, like little thick gold hoops. And that could even be like a nose ring, or that could even be someone wearing one as like a cartilage, or just one on one ear and none on the other. That could just be confirmation about who I'm talking about. Maybe even someone's lost one of their gold hoop earrings. I don't know, but anyway, I also saw like plaid pajama shorts. It could even be boxers, and it looked like someone was just laying on the couch just feeling at home. And I feel like this person really feels like they could just kick it with you, Virgo. They could just be themselves. They could relax with you. They could chill, watch movies with you. I saw smoking, so I wonder if there's like a vape pen or like smoking weed with you. Just kind of wanting to just have that connection where you guys just hang out, and maybe in a way it's kind of even like a friendship on top of already having a romance there. Like you guys are very much alike. You guys very much don't mind just having, you know, a night of the two of you, and maybe that's something they miss or something that you guys recently experienced with each other. I'm really curious to see what this is about. This could just be a few confirmations for some of you, but let's go ahead and get into the reading. I just saw the letter D, as in, you know, Dana, as in Derek, first, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. But anyway, tell me about January 2025 for Virgo. What is the energy around Virgo? Oh, Virgo. So we have unconditional. Wow, and it says innocent support, whole heart. Yeah, this is kind of like where someone feels like they could be openly, honestly, really with you, like just themselves. And that's something I feel like they can let all their guards down, that they could just be goofy with you, joke around with you, have a good time with you, but also know you would be there for them during the hardest times. I'm seeing, you know, this daisies really drawing to me in, so I wonder if some of you guys have a personal connection with daisies, or if you know like the spiritual meaning of daisy and maybe even an association with love, comment it below. But yeah, I just feel as if someone's completely open to this, completely open to you. and is open to seeing where this goes. It kind of still feels more that way. So I wonder if this has started like, you know, summer of 2024, maybe fall of 2024, but like now, since everything and all the time has passed between the two of you, it's like I'm just open to Virgo, and I just want to see where this goes with Virgo. And even if things don't work out, I'll always have love for Virgo. I'll always care for Virgo, and I'll always see Virgo even as like a really special person, even if worse comes to worse. But unconditional here is vibrant for how they feel about you. So there's always going to be love there between the two of you, Virgo. I feel that very sincerely. Tell me more about this energy surrounding Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, yeah. So we have respectful here. They definitely respect you. Like, that's the thing. Like, they know that you are someone that it has a good heart, is someone that is a good friend, is someone that is a good romantic partner. Anyone would really be lucky to have you. And I think that's why they also feel proud here. They feel like they've kind of successfully got you on lock, Virgo, and you guys kind of have like this balance between the two of you where you want to have a better understanding with each other. You don't like to play petty games with each other. You don't like to go tit for tat. Like, it's not that way between the two of you. I don't know if it ever was, but maybe it kind of evolved to this point where you guys have this mutual respect and you see each other as partners. You see each other as best friends. You see each other as like someone I wouldn't want to disrespect. And with this martial arts, someone could be in mixed martial arts, do that for a hobby, used to do that back in the day. I don't know. But definitely it says deferential, courteous, and admiring. And then with proud here, they say victorious, accomplished, and masterful. So yeah, they really do feel like you two have something rare, unique, that can only, you know, be described by the two of you, but so deeply felt it doesn't really need to be. It feels like one of those connections where it's like not a lot needs to be said. We just know how we feel by how we're around each other, how we treat each other, how we spend time with each other, make time for one another. But they definitely do view you as some sort of trophy. And I'm not saying trophy wife, trophy husband type of thing, but I'm saying like they feel really, really lucky to have like developed this with you, to have this type of connection with you, because especially these days, this type of connection is not so common. We have a lot of options with online, you know, social media, dating, and there's no way they would think that they could have like some sort of temptation from someone else. They have everything with you. Why would they even entertain that? Is the thing and the feeling I'm getting here. Wow, okay, Virgo. They feel very lucky. That's what I just feel from this. What do they want to say to Virgo that they haven't told Virgo? Maybe has been on the back of their mind. So we have, will I ever see you again? And I keep thinking about when I first saw you. So interesting. I wonder if, you know, you caught their eye very quickly. Kind of similar to Scorpio's background as I was reading Scorpio. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio or if you have strong Scorpio in your chart, I suggest checking out the Scorpio reading to see if there's messages for you there perhaps. But clearly this has gone different directions in the Scorpio reading. But what I'm seeing here is, yeah, you definitely caught their eye at first. And I think even from the first conversation, they knew you were someone different. They knew you were someone that was very authentic, very much themselves. And I just feel it's kind of rare nowadays to find someone so authentic in who they are. But will I ever see you again is kind of interesting. To me, this kind of feels almost like this could be a distance between the two of you. So some of you could live, you know, states apart, countries apart, or maybe even just like a few miles to where it would definitely be like a weekend trip, a long way to drive to see each other. And maybe that's something that's still up in the air and questioning between the two of you. Or maybe someone has had to travel, you know, for the holidays for work, and maybe it's going to be a very long time. And, you know, in a sense, they know you'll be back or vice versa, right? But it still kind of seems so long that they think about you and they miss you a lot if you are kind of away from where you live because of a certain work or family matter. I'm seeing a lot of FaceTime. Maybe that's a way you guys kind of connect or talk a lot of just like FaceTime in general. And I'm also seeing a black hoodie that someone really likes to wear is their go-to. But let's go ahead and pull some cards. And with the tarot, I'm going to ask how they feel about you right now. What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Virgo? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Interesting. Yeah. Woo! You are always on their mind, Virgo. 9 of Swords. But they like that. I like to see that they like that. Yeah. 2 2s here. Your birthday could be September 2nd, September 12th, September 22nd, or August 22nd for you cuspers out there. Interesting. A lot of reverse cards, but it feels kind of, you know, positive almost in the sense. Yeah. Okay. So bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Wow, so this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I also feel Scorpio energy with this card here. But there is something that has brought up very clear that this is something monumental. This is something that, I don't know if you guys have had a history. It could be, but it feels more so like even with, if you guys didn't and you've had a lot of experience in love and romance, there's something about this connection that is making it very clear for someone that this is the one that they feel the most towards. This is really waking them up to, like, maybe not even having to be curious about what else is out there. I may already have that right here, right now. And they may think there's a prominent future ahead for the two of you. This isn't for everyone, obviously, but maybe they're thinking one day of like, they really want to have kids, and they may wonder if you're the person that finally is the one that they could start having that idea or that foundation with of having kids. I also get this feeling, and this is super specific, if it's not for you, bear with me, but like almost someone has like a child that's not really their blood child, let's just say, or maybe it's like a nephew or a niece, but like they raised them as theirs, or they took responsibility of their care as theirs. And maybe there's a lot of complications around that, but you were able to understand their story, or they really respect you for taking on that role. Anyway, Judgment generally. I really do feel like this is something that has wakened them up to realizing they found the person that they could be unconditionally in love with, that they'll always have, you know, a deep feeling of connection with, that they really feel like they're tied to you. I do feel that they feel as if there's been past lives between the two of you, and that's maybe why this developed so quickly, so strongly. There's some sort of connection there that keeps on reminding them throughout this whole time they've gotten to know you, whether it's certain signs they see about you, whether it's certain downloads they get about you, dreams they have about you. It really certifies that there's a purpose here between the two of you that they haven't been able to really experience with anyone else, but it's really becoming clear here with you. So let's go ahead and dive in. How they feel is 7 of Wands in reverse, Leo energy. So they're, like I said, completely open, and maybe it took some time for them to be completely open. Maybe just generally they're a bit more guarded, a bit more protected. They don't like to show everything at once. They definitely don't wear their heart on their sleeve. But now that they've had this experience with you, they're a lot more open. You're someone that really tore their defenses down, tore their walls down, and it was just through being patient, understanding, being respectful, giving them space if they needed it, being there for them when they needed it. Like, you really were the person that showed that they shouldn't resist this, that they shouldn't, you know, they should just go all in. And their heart is now completely open for you, Virgo. And I think, again, what they like the most about this, it doesn't seem like there's drama, fights, chaos. Like, you're someone that they find easily to talk to, that they can open up conversation with, that is just really mature and really grounded in that sense. They love it when you sit on their lap or when they get to sit on yours. I don't know if that's something you guys have, or maybe they like to be on top, okay? But anyway, what they think about you is the 2 of Pentacles. So there's something that they're thinking about taking action on, but maybe not sure how to do it yet, if it's the right time yet, if you feel that way. Again, maybe it's not something where you guys get in deep conversation about the future or where this could go, but they kind of are starting to think that maybe there should be something to kind of start bringing that idea up. So if there is long distance between the two of you, how could we be closer? How could we see each other more? Is that something that could actually be in the near future? There's some sort of thing that they want to do, but they're figuring out how to do it at this time. I kind of want to clarify this Two of Pentacles to get a bit more specific. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles for Virgo. Nine of Swords coming out twice. Wow. So Gemini energy very strong here, but with 2 9s, your birthday could also be September 9th, September 19th, or August 29th for a few of you. Okay, will I ever see you again is kind of drawing me to this Nine of Swords. So again, like the distance has been very hard for the two of you, or very, very hard for them. And maybe it's because they, like, once you guys spend your weekend together, they really miss you being in their bed, miss like waking up to you, feel very lonely when you're not there. And you know, in some way, maybe you're bringing out this newfound, I wouldn't say it's codependency because it doesn't feel toxic like that, but it could mean like some sort of newfound need for someone that they haven't had before. And it's not like need, again, like energy vampiring, but a need for like, I feel more complete when I'm with Virgo. I feel like I'm more of myself when I'm with Virgo. And when Virgo's gone, or Virgo's at that distance, or Virgo has to travel or whatever, like I just, there's a part of me that really, really misses having Virgo there. And it worries them to wonder if you feel the same, or what you're doing, or if you miss them just as much as they miss you. You've definitely, at this period of time, you know, January or even in late December, have been on their mind quite a lot. And they're hoping that if there has been some things that make it hard for you guys to see each other as much, that can be resolved, because they would be kind of upset, to say the least, if this were not to work out. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands, Leo energy. Yeah, they got plans with you, Virgo. They already started to kind of formulate those plans. They have goals with you. They have like drive with you. They are very much all in. I don't know. Maybe there's an insecure part of them that just wonders if you feel the same, or if they kind of feel maybe you're more emotionally independent, to where it's hard for them to read that if you have that same goal drive. I just get that could be worrying them, but you're definitely a part of their future plans, without a doubt. What they like the most about you is the Nine of Swords. Gemini energy. Someone could have Gemini moon, Gemini rising, doesn't have to be the case. But what I feel with this Nine of Swords here is a couple things. So again, like you're always on their mind, which is really kind of correlating to Judgment here. It's making them formulate, hello, Virgo has to be important if I can't get them off my mind, if I'm always thinking about Virgo, if there's not something that always reminds me of Virgo. Like it's kind of all adding up to them in that sense. But also, if that's not so much the case, then it could be that these could be very anxious, stressed out people in general, and they may like have a hard time kind of getting grounded. So you may be the person that they can FaceTime, call, or just talk to, that kind of helps them calm down, helps them distress, helps them get their fears and worries off the mind from such a logical, pragmatic, or like very grounded viewpoint that you have, Virgo. You bring them back down. And I think you're one of the few that can really do that for them, as far as someone in their life. They could probably read books, they could probably look up online, but to have someone there that can kind of bring them back into a grounded state means a lot for them. What they don't like about you is the Two of Wands in reverse, Aries energy. So you're not someone that rushes anything. You're someone that's not impulsive. You're not someone that likes to take risks. I don't say that's necessarily a negative thing. However, it kind of may be adding up to where they don't know where you're at with it because, it's been taking some time for things to happen where it would show a promise of, a possibility of longer term commitment. I do feel like you definitely like to take things slower just because, if you guys start getting hot and heavy at first, it could quickly die out. You want to see if they could still be interested if you don't give in to everything at once, especially sexually. You like to keep an air of mystery. You like to kind of see if they'll work for it. And I think, maybe it's something they're not used to. Maybe especially if they are a fire sign, they like to go get it done, get it quick. But you're giving them more to kind of work on and to think about and to kind of, think things out thoroughly before any plan is set into action. But maybe they kind of wonder if you feel super passionate about them at times when you don't take that initiative to do something daring, to do something, out of your comfort zone. But I think you just have very strong boundaries, Virgo. If you're not feeling it, you're not going to do it. And that's how you've been. That's how you always are. And not that they feel like they're trying to put pressure on you to doing anything you don't want to do. But I think it's more so the pressure of kind of like taking that step that they feel would like solve a lot of their worries if you were to do it. But if you don't feel like it's right now, you're not going to. What they like the most about this connection is the Knight of Swords in reverse, Gemini energy. So what I feel about this being in this placement here, and what makes sense to me for this card being in this placement, is that for some of you guys, you are someone who's very wise with your words. You're someone that keeps the facts. Like, again, I'm not saying you're the perfect person where you don't always, you never lose your cool, but I think generally when there's like some sort of conflict, you do kind of like to come into the position of just hearing someone out first, not getting super defensive or aggressive. Like, I think that's something that they don't experience a lot, or they didn't come from growing up. Like, it was always accusatory. It always had to be blamed. There always had to be someone's fault. And you're like, look, sometimes shit happens. And it doesn't have to be anyone's fault per se. And I guess that in some way it kind of helps them like relieve some stress. They may have grown up with super critical parents, or, parents that always wanted to blame them for their own, faults or failures that they couldn't really resonate within themselves, that they projected onto them, stuff like that. If that's not so much the case, it's definitely, I feel like you're not the type to spread your guys' business around. And that's another thing where I feel like they feel you're very respectful of the connection. Like, you keep things between the two of you. If they've told you secrets, if they've told you, things that they would, not want to be spread, you keep it solid. You don't tell your friends, some things that you may feel they feel very personal about. And I think that's something that they respect as well. And again, like, I think it never gets to that point where words are said that like are really out of character, really hurtful. Like, you guys know how to have a respectful conversation, even when there is a disagreement, even when there is, some sort of debate. Like, it never gets to that point where it's hurtful, it's cruel, it's mean. And I think that's something that they really like. And also with Knight of Swords in reverse, it's never like you ghost them. It's never like you ignore them. You always respond, eventually text back, eventually, even if it takes a few hours, and you usually have a good reason for that. And I think that's something they see mature from you as well, that you don't leave them hanging, or you give them an explanation, even if there is phone problems, service problems. Like, you'll still find a way to let them know what you're up to, what the status is of your life. And that's something I think that they find to be really helpful for them within the connection here. But what they don't like about the connection is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So Cancer energy. Okay, yeah, this kind of comes from what I was saying with the Two of Wands in reverse, but now it's kind of hitting more emotionally. They may find you emotionally hard to read, emotionally hard to understand. Maybe you just don't experience emotions the way they do. And I'm not saying you're like cold-hearted, but I'm saying like, they may be very emotionally expressive, and they may make a lot of choices from emotions, where you kind of like to think more logically. You like to kind of think things out before you react on your emotions or anything like that. So maybe sometimes they feel like because you're not as emotionally expressive, it's hard to get a read on you. It's hard to kind of intuitively figure out where you're at because you always seem calmer. You always seem like you have it together. And maybe you keep your emotions to yourself. You feel like it's best to kind of cry alone. You don't like to, bring your own drama into, people's lives. And so I think there's a time where they wonder how you feel about this. They wonder if you feel as deep about this as they do, because it's still very unclear emotionally where you're coming from in that sense. And you like to definitely keep your emotions to yourself. And that's something they wonder if there's a motive to that, or, if you feel as safe with them with that as they feel safe with you. Highest hopes is the Six of Wands and the upright Leo energy. They want the gold. They want the prize, right? They view you as that prize, Virgo. They view you, if they were to have you and you were to say yes and you guys were to act on those plans, like they would have a lot to brag about. They'd have a lot to talk about. They'd have a lot that they could show off. Like they would just get so hyped knowing that you're there to kind of go through this in the long term, or that you are ready to kind of take those first steps. They feel like they would accomplish this, that they would win this, and to have you would give them that definite boost of confidence that this is going to go somewhere, that this is going to be successful between the two of you. I think that, even if there's a lot that you guys may not have talked about as far as plans and setting things in motion. They've been asking certain people, should I do this for Virgo? Should I buy them this ticket? Should I, there's a lot that they kind of are asking people advice on how to kind of make it more solid between the two of you, as like a surprise, as a gift, as an attempt to kind of show that they really care. They're kind of in that strategy mode right now in January to see if it will work. And they're hoping that that gesture will work into showing you that, like, this will be a good opportunity to take this chance with them. But deepest fears is the Three of Wands, Aries energy, that their manifestations won't come about, that their hopes, their ideas, their goals won't come in. And maybe with the Three of Wands, again, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, we see like the ships coming in. So again, maybe the distance would be too much. Maybe it would be a really, really long time till you saw each other again due to schedules. But generally, yeah, it feels as if I don't get what I want, I don't get what I imagine, my hopes kind of being dropped, my confidence in this wanes because it never is put to action. That's their deepest fears in this with you, Virgo. All right, Virgo. To see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to the end of the month in January that you need to be aware of, prepared for. What are they going to do, not do? What else can I tell you? We're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome. I'm going to pull some more tarot oracle cards to just dive deeper into this situation. So if you guys still have questions, I promise there'll be more answers in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video and you will find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Virgo, I really hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope it's clarified a lot for you and confirmed a lot about what you've been feeling about someone or this situation. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Virgo, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Virgo.